Leandro, well done. Fulham was defending very compact up until you guys scored the goal. So how proud are you of getting this one done?
Very proud. I think it was a really tough game for us. I think especially first half, maybe the quality on our side wasn't there. But we kept fighting, we kept believing, and that's what we said in the dressing room at halftime as well. We only needed one chance, and luckily that went in. And after that, I think we controlled the game.
Yeah, and even the corners, they weren't happening with the quality that usually does it up until your goal. So could you talk us through the goal?
Yeah, we just kept trying because we know the opponents. They try to change their shapes for us. I don't know why. But yeah, at the moment the corner is given, I see Gabi going in a duel. He heads it to the back post and I get the tap in. So I'm really pleased with that goal. And yeah, it's another one for us.
But do you feel it's been more challenging for you guys as a team to score as much from corners? Has it been more challenging?
Yeah, I think, as I said, the opponents, they try to adapt to us. And on the other hand, we try to work hard on that as well to find those solutions, and we found it again today, so we're really pleased with that. Another clean sheet as well, so that's really important, and we need to keep going like this.
And you've been having a really good season, Leandro. What do you feel has been more different? Where did you feel you progressed? Because there's a lot of attention on the right-hand side with Saka and Timber. Do you feel like you can benefit from that as well?
Yeah, obviously. I think we have so much quality in the team. If they try to double up other players, I need to try and take advantage of that. And I try to do that every single game, and to be important for the team. And I'm really happy and pleased that I could be there today as well.
Well, Leandro Trossard did score the decisive goal in the end, and righty, he could have left the club in the summer, signed a new contract. He's proven to be an important player at times.
Yeah, he is. He's somebody that Mikel's got a lot of faith in. You can see where there's sometimes where you're thinking that he's not going to start him, but he'll start him in certain games. And again, like today, he come up with the goods. He does give Arsenal something else on that left side in respects of retaining the ball and keeping it moving. Whereas, you've got someone like Martinelli who will want to go forward. He wants to use his pace. And he does come up with the odd goal every now and then.
Yeah, he said then only needed one chance. They were his words. That's what Mikel Arteta said to them at half-time. It probably tells us quite a lot about what Righty was saying before. This is the way Arsenal play now, isn't it? They keep things tight defensively and they just have to take chances when they come. Well,
yeah, I mean, if you're an attacking player in this team, it must be nice knowing that you don't have to take every chance that you get, because at the back they're leaving gaps left, right and centre, but they don't. Because they're so rock solid, as Leandro Trossard said there, all it takes is one chance. Yep. And even the chance that they created, it wasn't even a proper chance. It was a set play, and it comes off his knee, I think, and he knees it into the net. But again, Arsenal, I expect them in the upcoming weeks to get better, because international break, it's hard coming back and playing a tough fixture as well. 5:30 kickoff against a Fulham side who have obviously lost their last two, but at home have been good. And they managed to do what they needed to do and get the 3 points. Yeah,
he's a 10th different goal scorer for Arsenal this season. Let's take a look at the goal that he did score, Righty. What did you like about this?
Well, it's all about the delivery, Kelly, and where they want to put the ball. The ball is right on the postage stamp in the middle of that box. When you look at with the goalkeeper, you see that little space right there. That's where they're going to all end up. So the ball has to be perfect. It has to come in on that line. It has to come in a kind of a lower trajectory so you can get that little flick like Gabriel got, and then you want people on the back post.
Yeah, but when you talk about this one, Jimenez and Kearney, two forward-thinking players, they leave Trossard, and I think just because I've been there as an attacking player, when it's forward-thinking, you forget about your defensive responsibilities, and they both do, and they both get caught in between. Raul Jimenez, a striker, Tom Kearney, more of an advanced midfield player, and Trossard just sneaks in between them, and as a tap-in, it's a really clever finish.
7 of 15 goals this season have been scored by corners from Arsenal. We know what they're good at.
Well, yeah, but Kelly, I feel that when you're going to get games like that with Fulham, always cause problems for teams with that mid-block, especially at home. You have to find a way. You have to find a way to win, and I think that's what Arsenal are going to have to do until they can get into their stride and beat teams more, maybe entertainingly. But for now, the main thing is to get the points on the board, so then you could keep the pressure on, like Liverpool got to play tomorrow.
It is a skill, though, isn't it? We can kind of scoff at it, but they've become very good at it.
But that's the thing, and I don't understand why other teams don't pay it the respect it deserves, because it can get you out of jail, ultimately, because Arsenal can have games like this, and where they're not really creating too many opportunities and you're thinking, where's the goal going to come from? But because they're so strong at it and they work at it, even the opposition now are thinking to themselves, every time they get a corner, oh no, here we go again.
There's a lot of skill involved, like we just saw it there. With Saka's ball has to be perfect, just like when Declan Rice is taking. The ball has to be perfect because people have got certain places where they've got to get there at the right time so as then you can get the flick, and it's not easy.
No.
It's not easy. People can scoff at it and that, but it's not an easy thing to do. It's a lot of skill involved.
Yeah, nearly 50% of Arsenal's goals coming from corners. OK, then welcome back to Premier League Live, where Arsenal have just beaten Fulham by 1-0 at Craven Cottage to send them back to the top of the Premier League. A narrow win, but it could have potentially been a slightly bigger win had they been given the penalty, Righty, that was originally given on field, but then VAR saw it overturned. Did you think that this was the correct decision?
You know what, Kels? The margins we're dealing with, and we're dealing in the minutiae of like fouls and touches. Then when you look at this, obviously right now it looks like, oh, that's a penalty straight off the bat. But then what we see is that we see him get a little touch on the ball. But what they should is the contact on the knee first. And I'm talking about dealing with the margins. Now, there it is there, right? And then, we're dealing with, like, when you look at this ball, look at the margins of where he touched the ball, it's the same.
Yeah.
So how can it not be a penalty for the touch on the knee, but it can be not be given for that minuscule touch on the ball? I'm confused with it now.
I guess the thing with this, though, is it a clear and obvious error as well?
Well, he's had to kick through Saka to get the ball because Saka is in full flow motion, and that knock on his knee, and however slight it is, knocks him off balance enough, and then he wins the ball. So I always thought if you kick through a player to get the ball, then it's a foul. So, but unfortunately, again,
I don't agree with the touch, how light the touch is, because that's what they're giving penalties for. Like, he's not giving that penalty for. Like, OK, he's touched his knee there, so that's a touch.
Yeah.
Right, that's thrown him off balance. And then look at the touch on the ball.
Yeah.
Can that touch, even the slightest of touch that we're seeing there, that will have thrown him off balance?
Well, the thing about it is, it's not even a case of that. It's as he touched the man before the ball, because Saka's gone over. And that's what we're talking about. People can say, well, is it enough of a touch? It's a touch. Just like it's not a penalty because of the minute touch he's had on the ball.
Yeah, I think as well with Saka as well, and his body position, the way he's going away, his next touch is a shot. So obviously the contact knee to knee, however slight it is, knocks him off balance enough for him not to get the shot off. So it's one of them where I don't quite understand the rules, but if we're going by the margins we've seen in other games, that's a penalty.
So you're also saying that because of the position he was in, it would have been preferable to him to have stayed on his feet?
Of course it would, because his next one's a shot.
Yeah.
His next one's a shot on goal.
With his favoured left foot.
Yeah, but Arsenal didn't let it deter them, did they? I know you were getting a bit nervy at that point, Brighty, but they did kind of dig in.
Yeah, they did, and the reason why you're getting nervous is because last season, especially when Liverpool were dropping points, Arsenal weren't picking points up. And we saw when Liverpool dropped points the other week and Arsenal won the game. And that's what they've got to do this season. It's something they haven't done the last couple of seasons. They've been chasing, but when they've had the opportunity to put a marker down, they haven't done it. And I think that they've done it in the last few games, especially coming off of an international break. It's a game that they had to win. They've got a run of games now where they have to try and pick up points.
OK, well, a good evening for Arsenal, but not so good for Fulham. Let's now hear from their manager, Marco Silva.
What are your feelings after that? Disappointment, frustration?
Of course, when you lose a game, it's always a disappointing one. I really believe that our start of the game and our first 30 minutes, they were at very good level. We did create chances to score before Arsenal started to have some control of the game. I really believe after 30 minutes of the game, last 15 first half, they were more on it than ourselves. But until that moment, into chances with Harry Wilson, he should have created a score in one moment. And our first corner was a great chance for us. In my opinion, the ball was going in direction of the goal, a deflection in one player. Well prepared corner from ourselves. And of course, we knew that it's going to be easy, going to be easy. Tough team to play against. They were going to push us a little bit more, but I think we kept them away from big chances most of the time of the game.
3 defeats in a row then for Fulham. But as for Arsenal, Atletico Madrid in the week, then the Ian Wright derby on Saturday. They've got Crystal Palace in the Premier League, but it's set them up nicely, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has done. I mean, a tough performance today against Fulham. Then, again, not a welcome break, but a different mentality in terms of the Champions League. And then back to a really, really difficult game against Crystal Palace, who are absolutely flying at the minute. So it's a testing time, but I think they've got a run of fixtures now where you'd expect Arsenal to get more positive results than not.
Mm-hmm.
I know they've got a few injuries at the moment, the likes of Madueke, Odegaard, of course, being out too. But do you feel like the squad is equipped now to be able to continue on this run?
Very much so now. And this is why I think that a lot of Arsenal fans are very optimistic about the chances this season, especially with the way that games have been won. In games that I mentioned that, we probably didn't pick up points in and lost points when we shouldn't have. So there's a lot more confidence about Odegaard being missing, even Saka being taken off in certain games, because there's people who are coming in who can adequately fit in.
You can put your feet up and watch Liverpool tomorrow without having to worry.
I'm going to do that, I hope that they don't pick up any points.
But it's all right, because regardless of what happens tomorrow, righty, Arsenal will end the weekend at the summit of the Premier League. A reminder, Liverpool versus Manchester United is a late kick.